Hey guys, and welcome to Home, a unique horror adventure by Benjamin Rivers. This is a pixel horror-esque game that's been out for a while now, but I saw it on the indie games in the PS4 marketplace, and I've seen bits and pieces of this game, and I've always wanted to play it, but never got around to it. Well, here we are, so we're going to go ahead and play. Your game will be saved automatically at certain points. However, we recommend you put aside an hour and a half and complete Home in a single sitting. Okay, why not? Turn up the sound, turn off the lights. Gotcha. All I remembered at that point was finding myself alone. Oh, my head, where was I? It was so dark. There was something by my feet. A flashlight. Okay, so check some things out. See what we got going on here. That house. Where was I? I'm really not sure. There was a body laying on the floor. Who was it? Ooh, kitty cat. So apparently the things that light up are things that I can be interacting with. Gotcha. Well, let's not go down the floor yet. Let's just continue on with this. Some stuff falling on the floor. Take a look at that. Let's see what we got here. The desk had a computer and some papers on it, and a single drawer. But I didn't want to snoop, but did I open the drawer? I mean, yeah, I woke up in a random house, might as well. Receipts, pens, a blurry photo. Looks like a store of some kind. Why does this look so familiar? I don't know, maybe I have retrograde amnesia and this is my house and I just don't know it? Blood on the wall. It smelled fresh and sickening. I realized there was blood on my shoes and pants. Oh man, I had to get out of there. That looks, I don't know, blood's red. Unless, blood does kind of brown when it stains and it, when it dries. But I guess we'll go down the floor. I noticed that I limped as I moved down the stairs. How did I hurt my leg? I wondered. All I could really recall was coming home, seeing Rachel. I was upset. She looked afraid. I shook my head and tried to clear it. I knew I should head downstairs. Try to find a way out. Well, that's essentially what I'm going to do. Okay, so there's another floor we could go down. A thin gray mouse was stuck in a trap. It looked frantic but exhausted. Did I free it? Of course I did. There you go, friend. So there's a door on the left. A way to go down. What's this over here? The shelf was full of books on local history and hunting. Seemed like the owner of the house really knew the area. Hope he's not a crazy hunter. Hope this isn't like a Resident Evil 7 type of vibe. Alright, so there's a door on the left, a door on the right, and a way to go down. Let's go right first. Let's see what we have over here. What? An old dining table covered in dirty dishes for two people. There were dozens of beer cans and other liquor bottles among the dishes. The smell was turning my stomach. Ew, what's this? A black and white photo. Looked like the man upstairs and his wife, I guessed. There was no reason for me to keep this. Did I take it? Sure, why not? You never know. I slipped the photo into my pocket. Maybe this will help me find some answers. So, I have a feeling that this game has, decisions based on what you do. So, that's always kind of fun, depending on what you do. Alright, so there's a door over here on the left. So I'll go ahead and do that first, before I go down another level. What is all this? A collection of rusty tools. They look like they'd seen a lot of use, and were caked in damp-smelling dirt. Why weren't they in a shed? Don't know, because the shed's probably full of human body parts? A photo similar to the old one I had picked up. It had been moved a lot. There seemed to be a switch behind it. Did I push the switch? Well, you gotta push the switch. It pressed smoothly into the wall. I heard a faraway click somewhere. Oh, so there's probably a hidden passage. But the question is it up or down? So what I'm gonna have to go ahead and do is check everywhere now before I go down the floor. So let's go back and check all the places I had because I really don't want to miss anything. But it looks to me like it's nothing on this floor, so we'll go up the floor. See what we have up there. Doesn't look like anything out of the ordinary. Did I check this room's over here? Yeah, that's the computer desk. And the blood that apparently made me sick. Faraway click. So it's either over here on the right, or it's down on the first floor. Well, oh god. Oh wait, is that the dead man? Yeah, that's the dead man already. I'm gonna say I wasn't 100% sure. Yep, it's gotta be down on the lower floors. Damn it. Well, I didn't know. I had a, process of elimination, that type of thing. See what we got going on. Alright, so go down. And down. Okay, so I'm gonna assume we're on the first floor now. I look like hell. My clothes are dirty and torn, and there's mud caked all over my shoes. Okay, so that's a door. That's probably the way out. The front door was blocked by a pile of furniture. I knew how to find another way out. So that wasn't the front door. So there's a door here. That's probably the basement. What was that? I don't like that. The door was taped and seemed to be stuck. By the smell, I guess it led to the kitchen. Well, that's no good. The switch on the wall worked. The door had been unlocked. Oh. So that's where it led to. So there's a box. The box looked heavy, but there were marks on the floor. It had obviously been moved before. Maybe I found a way out. I must have moved it, right? I heaved the box forward, and it finally gave. Kind of scared to go down to the basement. There was a ladder going underground, where the box was. A dank smell rose from the passage. Did I climb down? Yeah, I guess I did. I looked again at the photo I found in the house. The couple looked distant, like they didn't want to be in the same picture. I wondered where the wife was. The lake was in terrible shape, but I had to get out. Okay, so we're in a new area. Before I go there, though, can I go up? I don't need to take a look around. Wait, I want to go up, though. Alright, well, I guess I was at that door that was up there. Can't check it. Made my decision. Footprints in the dirt. Looked more than one kind and a lot of traffic. Am I moving bodies? I really hope it's not what I'm doing. Because that would be bad. Places all over were marked on the old map of town. The industrial area near the river, various houses, and even the water tower near the old rail station. This guy's planning stuff. Newspaper clippings from the local paper. They're all about the murders in town over the last few years. Wait. There were photos. Photos of our house. What the hell was that about? Maybe I should have looked around more. Tried to find some kind of information. Oh, great. I'm going to die. Oh, Rachel, please be okay. I wanted to rush home, but I had to find a way out first, and I need to see what else was going down there. Kinda nervous about this, but we'll see. I just hope this game doesn't have a lot of jump scares. It was so dark down there, and the air smelled stale and putrid. I couldn't believe what I saw. What was this place? Okay, yeah, that's really weird. What was this? Some kind of homemade ladder. Someone didn't actually use that, did they? Wait, what is that? Oh, the smell in that room was like old grease and rot. I wasn't getting any closer to find anything useful. Oh, I kind of rushed through that, but I think it said something about an old ladder. The desk looked old and was caked with grime. On it was a stack of old faded paper covered with what looked like names. They were scratched out, and illegible notes were written beside them in faded blue ink. I could only make out a few letters. Let's see here. Rachel, Heather, something. Daphne, maybe. That's third to last one. Nope. None of it made any sense to me. Well, they're names with the letters missing. Alright, let's go left. Oh, hello, skeleton. There looked to be bones half dug in the ground, and the remains looked old. The faded clothes that stuck up among the dirt looked familiar. They looked like the clothes that woman was wearing in the photo I was found. Was this the man's wife? Oh, great. Definitely have walked into the wrong part of where I want to be. Just saying. Okay, so I can go back up. Crudely made shelves. They looked like they were holding cans of some kind of corrosive. The labels were worn and slick, but I could still see the warnings. Okay, so that goes down. What's this? It looked like a cage. It was small, but there was something coating the bottom. Something wet. Probably blood. Alright, so we have the ability to go up. Wait, is there anywhere else? If we go up, is there anywhere more we can go to the right? Alright, now, so that's really all we can do for the moment. Descending into madness, so they say. Let's keep going. Some kind of old boxes. They looked like they were years old. Wait a minute. These boxes had old clothes in them. Clothes I remember throwing out after Rachel and I moved to town. What the hell were they doing there? This guy's stalking me. I don't like it. Rats? Bats. Oh, I made him run away. That was neat. At least they didn't pull a Cujo and bite me and I get all infected. I remember noticing the broken ladder. I had to be careful. Do I have a jump ability? Don't want to fall down there. Okay, I'll check here first before I go any further. The hell? There was a rope hanging there. I wasn't sure how sturdy it was. Did I take it? Well, yeah, because the, maybe the rope would make that broken ladder easier to descend. I was going to say, yeah, that broken ladder. There is a dead body in that wall. What was this? I had the rope now. There must have been used for it around here somewhere. Alright, let's go down the area where we need to go, I guess. The rope I had found would have let me climb down the broken ladder safely. Did I climb down? Is there any place else to go? Or was it just over there? Sorry, I can't remember. Oh yeah, okay, alright, well. I'm sorry, I'm in a giant maze. I don't know what I'm doing. Guess we'll go down. The rope I found will let me climb down the broken ladder safely. Did I climb down? Yes. I could hear a faint hum, and the smell from before started to get worse. Oh, great. Lovely. Well, at least I can only go to the right now. Waiting for something to jump out at me. A bunch of old newspapers, wheat pasted together. The message had been hastily smeared on it. Keep out. Danger due to cave-in. Oh, great. Cave-in. I'm probably stuck down here forever. Well, that's a sound I don't like. It's weird. It's like we're in a cave, but it's also like got doors on it. My hands tingled from the burn of sliding down that rope. It was lucky I found that. Who knows what happened if I had jumped down. Still, it was all I could do not to have rushed out of that awful place. That rack, those terrible tools. What the hell was going on back there? The metal door groaned as I leaned into it, causing my heart to skip a beat at the sound. As I peered ahead into the dark of the next room, I worried that I should have taken that gun I saw. But me? With a gun? Wait a minute. I didn't see no gun. Well, crock of shit, I didn't see no gun. Oh, well, that's that then. Okay, let's see here. There was dirt on the ground, it looked wet, and there was grass smeared within it. An exposed ventilation shaft. Maybe someone crawled through there? But it was so high up, that must have been a sore landing. Probably. Okay, so there's a ladder that goes up and then a door to the right. Well, do I want to go up or do I want to stay down? I could hear a faint trickling sound like water. What was that? We're at the pipes. Ooh, at the exit. A kitchen knife covered in drying blood. Thinking about it made me sick. I didn't even want to touch it. Did I take the knife? Yeah. Somehow the knife seemed a better idea than the gun in that tunnel. Can I swipe? Nope. Let's say blood marks from where the knife was. Okay. Well, we'll check out this floor before we go any further. I don't care, PlayStation, about your wait, was that $10 for me? Hell yeah, I'll buy a cheap game for that. Okay, I take it back, PlayStation. I love you. Okay, I have a wheel here. God, it just keeps going. Do I want to turn? Fuck it. I wasn't sure what those valves are for. Did I turn away? No, not yet. Let's see what there is to do first. I don't know if I... Okay, there's 3, 4. Maybe I have to turn them all. Sure. I'll turn all the valves. Do I turn again? Okay. Whatever those valves did, this one wasn't pumping water anymore. How about this one? So maybe I did it. I don't even know what I'm doing, to be honest with you. Okay, so that I did it right. Wait, what? Whatever those valves did, this one was pumping water anymore. Okay, so I've done all of it. Was that the only valve? I could have sworn there was one more. Right here? Is this where the last valve is? Now I'm getting lost. The exit maybe? Sure, why not? Let's check all the other doors before we go anywhere. There was a rusty ladder sunk into the water, which smelled disgusting. I knew I couldn't climb down that. Maybe I could find a way to drain the putrid water. Well, that's what I'm trying to do, yo. That's what I've been friggin' trying to do. I already did the thingy for all the other ones. Maybe it's in here. The door was locked. There was a musty smell from inside. Didn't go in here yet. Okay, good, the last valve. I thought I could turn this water valve to shut off its flow. Did I turn it? Looked like I turned off the water flow in this valve. Alright, cool. What's this? I wasn't sure, but I thought it was some kind of regulator. I had no idea how it worked. Alright, well, we know where the exit door led. There was also a ladder that led up. Decisions. I could go down and leave. I want to go up that ladder, though. Because there was a ladder that went up, and I want to see where it leads to before I go anywhere. Because, for all I know, going down might not be the best idea. But you never know. Okay, that's the exit where we are supposed to go, but... let's try here. Disgusting. It was a mess of filthy garbage bags. There were rips and tears in most of the bags. What looked like an old videotape was sticking out. Did I take the tape? Yep. I wasn't sure what I was hoped to discover with that tape, but I took it anyway. Yeah, this is definitely Resident Evil 7. The tapes. If you've played the demo, you know what I'm talking about. Well, it looks like we can go no further other than the exit. Like Page Master. Okay, let's go down. What's this? Looked like the water drained out of that grate in the wall. There's a small metal key left floating in the shallow pond of rancid water. Did I take it? I pocketed the small key, but it was so odd-shaped I had no idea what it might open. Was there a door that was locked anywhere up above? I feel like he would have told me if it was something, but I don't remember. Wait. There was a door that was locked up here. I remember there being a door. It's probably not for that, but I'm gonna try. Because you never know. You just... wait. Where is that door? That led up to there. I'm trying to figure it out. Oh yeah, it's over here on the right-hand side, not the left-hand side. Here? Oh, well, see, that's what I thought the key was for. See what happens when you try, when you think outside the box, and you think, key. I remember passing a locked door. Let's go to it. No, nothing happened, apparently. Okay. Continuing on. Okay, so we went through... The safety poster had definitely seen better days. How old was that facility? So we have a ladder that goes up and a door. The door was locked. I could see a faint light within. I've got a key. But apparently it doesn't work or do anything for me. Alright, where to go and what to do. We have a door here and a door there. Let's do this door. There was a security camera in the room. There must have been a way to see what had happened. Maybe the VHS tape I found could be useful. Maybe. I found another dead body, a sewer worker, but by the wounds all over his face and body, I figured he'd be stabbed repeatedly. There's a keyring sticking out of the man's pocket. Did I take it? Yep. I thought about the knife I had found with some disgust as I carefully picked through the keys from his pocket. I was almost worried he was going to grab me. Well, this isn't a zombie game, thankfully. I was feeling even more sick from seeing another dead body. Or dead man. I didn't want to get any more blood on my clothes. Yeah, God knows that's the worries of everybody these days. Let's go this way. The only way we can go. There was a hint of fresh air here. It must have been near an exit, but I wondered, what did that key I found on the sewer do? And what was on the videotape I had found? I don't know. There's another sewer grate. This must have been the other end of that ventilation shaft. Whoever used it could have gotten past the flooded room with this. Well, we'll have to see. As I slowly climbed the ladder, I felt the knife in my boot and the jolting pain in my leg. I wondered what was on that VHS tape I found over that locked room. Should I have gone back to check? As it popped the latch above me, the dank scent of pine trees pushed aside the horrible smell of those sewers. I didn't even know where to use the VHS or the stuff. The first time ever playing this game. I don't know what the... You saw that. You see somebody off in the distance. I don't like that. Anyways, yeah. I don't know. I went back and checked, unless I had to go all the way to the very, very beginning, and I wasn't going to go do that. Maybe there's a place ahead in the future. But I didn't like those yellow eyes. I know the ladder leading up to an ancient water tower. The ladder needed to be extended so I could climb it. Did I extend the ladder? Not yet. Let's check other places first. You stop that. What's this? I tried the little key I had fished out of the murky puddles into the sewers. It fit. It heaved open the rest of the door. See? I didn't have to worry about it. The wind was picking up a bit. The night air had become strangely chilly. Let's not go this way first. Let's go over here. Just to check. Because who knows? This must have been the entrance to the forest that was mentioned on that map I had seen. Whoever was poking around in those tunnels underneath that man's house had scribbled notes on this place, but I couldn't make them out. Here the sign pointed out the various campsites and walking paths within the woods. It mentioned a river and maybe a washroom, but the rest was too faded to see clearly. Oh, bushes to go through. Great. So there's bushes over there. Alright, let's do this really quick. Let's go to the door that we had used. I hate having like tons of choices. Because when that happens, then I've got a million freaking things to do. Alright, let's see here. That doesn't go anywhere. How about this direction? Ooh, a house of sorts. I guess we might as well go there. Maybe we can use the VHS tape here. The old train station was quiet as a tomb. The only sound was that of the increasing wind buffeting the decrepit structure. Pretty musty old place. Alright, there's a door on the left. And there's a door on the right. I guess we'll go to the door on the right first. An old map encased in glass hung on the wall. It was the train routes connected at that old station. As I looked at it, it seemed familiar. Of course, the map I had found on those tunnels had similar locations marked, and the notes I had found on the other man's bookshelf. His notes mentioned the water tower, and even this train yard. What was he doing coming back here? I don't know. Is this going to lead back outside? Yes. Alright, so before we go back outside, let me go check the other door on the left. Because, you know, there might be a rocket launcher or something over there. I mean, I haven't faced anybody yet. Everybody that I've seen has been dead. Let's see. The ancient ticket booth was falling apart and covered in dust and grime. Stacks of paper lined the counter, faded remains of old schedules and reports. Among the papers were newer-looking sheets, covered in scribbles and illegible notes. Come to think of it now, the man in that house had kept similar scribbles hidden on his bookshelf, and he had notes on the water tower outside, too. I guess he could have been coming here, but why? What was he using this old station for? Oh, I don't know, to house the dead bodies of his victims? Might be a clue of sorts. But I digress. Now, I'm wondering if I'm going the right way. Do I want to go this way outside, or there's that bush path too? Strange lights in the distance. You need to stop that. In the torn opening of that ruined train were heaps of dirt and stale water. At the bottom I thought I saw a scrap of clothing. As I looked closer, I could see that it was definitely some kind of nylon. Maybe a windbreaker or some other outdoor clothing. There was too much of a mess on the ground to see any kind of footprints, but someone or something had definitely trod a regular path. You, sir. Something's over here. Okay, good. So, what was it saying? The wind was biting through my thin clothes, and I wasn't sure what to make the place. Alright, good. So we've gotten to kind of a dead end. So, we've got a couple places we can go. I kind of want to check the water tower before we go through the bushes. Because the water tower, I feel like it's a place where it's not going to lead to any place else other than up. So, I guess we can go and check it out. And I'm getting real sick of the spooky eyes coming. I don't like feeling like I'm being watched in these dang woods. But I guess we'll go water tower. Alright, yeah, let's go and extend it. Popped the latch and brought the ladder down. Yeah, let's go to the water tower. I'm high in the air. Easy now, friends. Easy now. This water tower is huge. I got a water tower right next to my house too. It's pretty big. What is this? In a patch of smeared dirt and grass, there was a beat-up old wallet. I thought it was mine. Did I take it? Well, yeah. I folded the wallet and returned it to my back pocket. It looked nice, nicked up somehow, and really worn. There weren't any cards or an ID in it. I thought I should recover my credit card and driver's license at least. From the railing, I could see over the woods and down to the entrance of the sewers. Had I come through there before? If I did, someone definitely could have seen me. That's a spooky. Is there something right on the wall? Wait, what? Did I put this up here, or was someone else carrying it? No idea, friend. But definitely being watched. The water tower would be a good way to stop people from fucking with you, though. You stop at crazy eyes from the beyond. Spooking me out. Alright, so we got some bushes we can go through. But which ones do I want to go through? I guess the first set. Trampled into the dirt and grass was a plastic card of some kind. I brushed it off and was surprised to see it was my credit card. I wasn't sure it was still usable, but it was mine. Did I take back my credit card? Hells yeah, I gotta make purchases. I pocketed the credit card. Hopefully I could find my driver's license too. So that's what we'd be doing. Through the fence I could see a dilapidated outbuilding. I wonder if I could find my way around. Oh, I'm sure. What is this? And then there's that bushes. More bushes. Bushes galore. I'm sure I'll find my way. Hopefully. Okay, my controller just rumbled. I like the sound. What was that? There were some personal effects shoved back into the rock. Wait, there was a notebook there too. Did I read it? Yes. Inside the cheap dollar store notebook was a page after worn page of names and lists. None of it made much sense. The newest page contained several names. Heather, Olivia, Ashley, Cheryl, Iris, Daphne, Holly, Rose, and Rachel. So those were the names that I couldn't get. Rachel, her name was last on the list and it had a mark beside it in blue ink. The names Daphne and Olivia had been crossed out in the same blue ink. Cheryl, Heather, and Rose had also been crossed out, but these marks looked older and more faded. Oh great, he's killing women. Wonderful. Great time we're having here. Okay, so let's try this. I went through that one. That's a dead end. That brought me back over. So let's try this way. I don't want to be stuck for 1,000 years. Oh, this is new. No, don't look. Oh, great. That makes me want to look more. The grimy sink had a small patch in it that looked almost clean. So this is the outhouse. So I made it. Anybody pooping? A rusty wooden plank propped up the stall door. It didn't really seem useful. Did I bother to take it? Might as well. I've said yes to everything. I wasn't sure why, but I took the plank. You never know. The washroom stall was filthy and disgusting. I wanted to get away as quickly as possible. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay, now where do I need to go? Okay, so let's try this. So I came through... Which way did I friggin' come through? Okay, so that was the... Is this the... What is this? The sign was the same as the first one I had seen. This must have been the exit to the other side of the woods. Alright, let's leave. I finally found the exit. Once I left, I knew I wanted to return there. But I didn't get the damp close air of that forest clung to me like cloak as I pressed on through the gate. I was somewhat relieved to see a bit more life of the path ahead. It was as if the trees were finally letting me through, giving me a way out. The notebook I had discovered didn't seem helpful, but since I read it, I couldn't put it out of my mind. What did it all mean? I don't know, sir. I do not know. Long walk of silence. As I stepped through the gate, I suddenly recognized the auto parts factory where I had worked as a machinist for all those years. The plant had closed almost 3 years ago now. Times were better then. I thought I could hear a faint rustling behind me. Maybe it was just the wind. Or maybe somebody fucking coming to kill me. Looking at you. Okay, there's a hole in the fence and there's a door. Let's do the door first. Ooh, marmalade. Let's not. Just not yet. I found the body of a security guard, just doing his job, no doubt. Face was covered with blood from some kind of head wound. I wondered, was this flashlight his? Could have been. Dug into the ground was a cracked old watch. Fit my wallet. Now, first my wallet, now this. Did I retrieve my watch? Yes, the wallet was watch was useless, but I put it on my wrist anyway. I gotta take back all my shit. I didn't get my debit card, though, or my ID, though. It could be in here, though. I'll have to check. Alright, let's start on the first floor and work my way up. I did used to work here, you know. One of the lockers hung open. Its contents were tossed around like someone had been looking for something. Is that poo? No, it's just a yield warning sign. Okay, there's a door there. What's this? There was a large power box with 5 lights on it. Cables burst out of the box, snaking off to other parts of the factory. The metal was starting to wear and cobwebs to collect on the corners. The box wasn't receiving power. I'm assuming I'm going to have to be that guy. The door was locked shut, and there was a little electronic box under the handle. A sign was pasted to the front that said, "Danger, closed for repairs." Oh, great. The door was locked tight. It seems to, well, I bet you this has to be turned on to make that work. $20 says that. Guess we're going up, though. Every part of this plant smelled old and rotted. I noticed the old bulletin board on the wall. The board contained yellow clippings of newspaper cartoons and notices. There were notes to and from the guys that worked there. One of them was to Norman, who was one of the older guys on the line. I'm sure Norman is the guy that probably is doing all this. Our old break room table. The layer of dust and grime only made seeing this sting more. Yeah, seeing of a better time, and then seeing it all to shit. What's this? A power panel. Looked like it was shut off. Did I push a switch? Yeah, we're gonna make all the power go on. The open locker was stuffed with dirty work clothes and old boots. There was a photo of a woman taped to the inside, but it was scratched out, and the face was unrecognizable. Oh, always good. A power panel. Looked like it was shut off. Did I push the switch? So I gotta press all the panels to open that door. It was shut tight. There were a rusty-looking card slot on the side. Guess we gotta find a key card. Wait, what? That one was green. The power panel still wasn't working. Did I try it again? Yes. Ah, I see. So I had to be in a different position. I'm glad I checked that again. Were those the only 2 that I found so far? Pretty sure. Alright, we gotta go up. Let's see, a door to the left. Go this way. The door had been hastily boarded up. Don't know why. Okay, let's see here. This was Norman's locker. The door was dented like someone had punched it. I don't remember him doing that when we worked there. Another panel that I hoped could help me get to the power back on. Did I push it? Okay, that one's back on. There were 5 in total, right? A utility shelf crammed with mismatched tools and items. There was a claw hammer on the shelf. Did I take the hammer? As I took... Wait. Being useful and productive there in this plant... That's all I ever wanted. The factory closed, everything got worse. So I think I swapped out the knife for the hammer. I read it too quickly to see, but I'm assuming that's what that is. The locker was a complete mess. Hidden at the bottom, though, was a magnetic card. Did I take it? Oh, yeah, it was that key card. I slipped the key card into my pocket. Another panel I hope it could help me get into the power back on. Did I push it? One more time. Yes. Wait. Okay, good. And then this one. Another panel, I hope. So I guess I cycle through it. Yes, I will try. Seems like it's all back on now. Alright, so we're going to make our way to that door on the floor that's down from here. To see what that's for. We have the magnetic card for it now. Hoping nothing kills me along the way, but we'll have to see. There's that. Is this it? It is. The key card I found seemed like it would pass through this reader. Did I use the key card? Beep, beep, beep. There was some kind of ventilation hatch here. It looked like I could jump into the room below. My leg hurt even worse as it was, but I couldn't see another option. Did I jump? Nope, not yet. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the... Wait, the door had somehow locked itself again. There was no keycard slot. Well, fuck. Guess I gotta do it. Whee! Oh man, my leg hurt like hell. I wonder if that was the door with the power. There was a crumpled up letter on the floor. It had been scratched out heavily, and it was hard to make out. Did I try to read the letter? Sure. Most of the letter was violently scratched out, which will look like to be a ballpoint pen. All I could make out was need to. Just don't. Drinking. Need. Norman. Who's Norman writing to? No idea. But where is that door that I had? Oh, with all the power switches. That poor guard. Was the flashlight I carried his? It looked like he met his end violently. I only hoped it was quick. I had to get back to Rachel, but I couldn't stop thinking about Norman. He and Rachel were friends. Could he help? It wasn't like I really had anyone else to turn to. My leg burned with pain, and I only hoped I could find my way through the dark path before me and get to Norman's store. Oh, wait, I didn't get to do any of the stuff. With the door. Damn it. See what happens when I make decisions? They're stupid. Stupid, stupid decisions. 60. Well, that's what happens when you play games with decisions. You gotta live with them. There's probably different endings and such, for all I know. But who knows? Garbage bin? The garbage bin was a disgusting mess of rotten food in slick black bags. I saw a thin greenish corner poking out of one of the bags. It was my driver's license. It looked damaged. Did I take it back? Of course. I cleaned the card off as best as I could. It looked pretty beat up. I was amazed to have found my credit card, and now this. I tucked the card into my wallet, next to my credit card. Sweet. So now we have everything back. Sounded like it was going to start raining again. Nothing wrong with a little rain. I mean, it is cold outside. I entered Norman's place. That was the back of the store that he had ran. It was oddly quiet, except for the faint sound of a television. Oh, Lord. Let's just start. The entrance to the front of the store was locked from the inside. Looked like I couldn't just pop it open. It needed a key. There's a bit of blood on the keyhole. Oh, wonderful. Guess we're going up to see. Better not find Norman trying to murder me. And then better not be Norman Bates either. Not that Norman. Worst kind of Norman. Oh, hello. The TV still flickered some indecipherable channel. Oh no. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Norman and my co-worker, and one of the few friends I had in this town, lay dead beside his armchair. His face and shirt were covered in blood. It looked like he'd been stabbed or something trying to get up. Norman, you deserve better than this. Did I close his eyes? Of course, it's the nice thing to do. I wasn't sure if I wanted to give him peace, or I just couldn't stand to think about it anymore with going. Quickly, I closed Norman's eyes. Sorry, bud. I guess this was Norman's kitchen table. He kept it clean enough, but there were water rings from 2 cups still there in the wood. The kitchen trash bin smelled fresh. I didn't dig through that mess, did I? Well, yeah, I need to figure out clues. It's a murder scene. I found a hairpin amongst the rotting food and trash and pocketed it. Maybe I could use it to pick that front door. See? You should always pick through the garbage, guys, and look for stuff. Because you never know what you might find. I mean, right now, I've seen 3 dead bodies. What was this? It looked like a pull chain hanging from the ceiling. I wonder where it would lead. Did I pull it? Gave the chain a single tug and a simple folding ladder to the attic popped down. I might as well check. Someone probably creepily living up there. I've read enough creepypastas to figure that out. Anything? There was a large cardboard box that had been sealed. Did I open it? Yes. Inside the old cardboard box was a pile of clothes, photos, and even shoes. As I looked closer, I realized they were Rachel's. What were you doing here, Rachel? Were you responsible for poor Norman downstairs? Is my wife killing people? Did I marry a psychopath? It's always the one you least expect. Now it's spoopy. Oh well, let's check it out. So there's a downstairs. Did I check this way? I did not. I wasn't entirely surprised to find this here. It was one of Rachel's old fall coats. I always wondered what happened to it. How long it had been there. So it's Rachel. She did all the murdering. There was a well-maintained gun cabinet here in Norman's room. I didn't know much about guns, but it looked like he kept a few hunting rifles. Well, take one and blow your wife away. Don't want to deal with any of that. Okay, now there was that front door that was locked, but we have the pin. I used a hairpin to pick the lock. The hairpin snapped in half, so I threw it away. See, that's why I went through the garbage. The general store was small, but it was clean. It had the usual things: postcards, snacks, magazines, and canned goods. I never went there much. Rachel usually stopped by after work if we needed anything. Yeah, and she killed. The register was mostly empty, and a fat stack of travel magazines sat beside it. The icebox seemed to be unplugged. It must have been off for a while. Most of the contents were half melted. Yeah. There were various postcards from the area, especially from the tourist traps. One of the postcards showed an old black and white photo of the water tower. It looked to be in much better shape then. That night continued to take horrible turn after turn. It had been weeks since I'd last seen Norman, but to find him like that. Who could have done that to him? Seeing that dusty box of old clothes was a shock. How long had they been there? And what was Rachel doing at Norman's place? I felt like I only discovered more questions, no answers, but I was close to home. It was time to find out the truth. My wife had an affair, she was going to expose him, and she killed him. That's what I think. Probably not. So I've got a lot of places I could check out. There were a lot of doors. Is it ever going to end? Alright, I've got a lot of choices. Hopefully they're locked. I had the wrong gate. This one was locked. How about this one? Alright. Hold on. The door only led me back. I had to find my house. Alright, well I guess I chose the right one. The gate was locked tight. This wasn't my house. The neighbor's local post box. A letter was sticking out, as if someone hadn't pushed it in all the way. I knew it wasn't right, but did I look at the letter? Yeah, federal offenses. Let's do it. The envelope was addressed to Norman, but there was no return address. The handwriting looked familiar. I took a deep breath and tore open the package. Norman, I'm sending this to you in a letter because I'm afraid to tell you this in person. What we did, well, it was wrong. My husband isn't an easy man to be with. But he is my husband and your friend. I need some time to sort this out, away from you both. I'm going away for a while. I'm going to tell him, Norman, so you don't think you can hold that against me. Maybe we'll work it out. I'm not sure I even want to, but at least she deserves that much. Goodbye. She did cheat on me. The fuck? Women. I had the wrong gate. This one was locked. Is this the right gate? I had entered our backyard. The rain gave me a terrible sense of foreboding, and it chilled me through my clothes. I was expectant, but also afraid. Nice backyard. Is that no, that's not. Nothing. I held my breath as I approached our back door. I was terrified to step inside. Here we go. The house was painfully quiet. The only sound was my own breathing, ragged and strained. I flickered the light switch by the door. The power was off. Oh, lovely. I remember having breakfast here on this very table. Was that yesterday? Or sometime before? I don't know. So there's a door. A ways to lead upstairs. There was a small pile of mail on the floor in front of the mail slot. How long had I been away? Why hadn't Rachel picked this up? Because she just said she was leaving. Most of the contents were bills. There was a credit card bill there. Open it? Yeah, I gotta find out who was using my stuff. I ripped the bill open and read it. To my surprise, it said something about the canceling my credit card due to non-payment. What the hell? I'm in there, buddy. The front door was locked from the inside. I couldn't go out, though I need to see if Rachel was here. Alright, well, before we go up, let's go here. The door to the basement, it was locked. Where had I put that damn key? I'm sure it's somewhere in the house. Or in home. Ha ha ha. The door was stuck shut. There was an old-fashioned keyhole underneath the handle. Oh god, it's like I'm playing Resident Evil. In my own house. I had found the last missing piece from my wallet. The old photo of Rachel and I stared back at me, reminding me of better times. It didn't make me feel terribly comfortable. Did I keep it anyway? Yeah, might as well get all three things. Replaced the photo on my wallet, feeling like I had got a part of my life back. Still, the image made me uneasy. Why hadn't I thrown it away? I don't know, 'cause old habits die hard. Trophy earned. Stolen identity. Let's take a look. Recover the pieces of your wallet. Oh, so there's a bunch of things I can do for this game. Well, whatever. Oh, there we go. Sorry about that. And that was Final Fantasy music you were hearing. Anyways, Our television, I had purchased it before I knew I was going to lose my job. Felt pretty guilty about it afterwards, but by then it was too late. I've done the same thing, to be honest with you. Bought a TV, lost my job. Alright, let's go up. Another floor. Alright. Ooh, broken. Our hallway mirror had been smashed, its pieces scattered across the floor. This room? My laptop had been left on and only a tiny bit of power left. On the screen was a website about the old water tower. There was a key in the top drawer. Did I take it? Yeah, because we needed to unlock doors. I pocketed the key. Oh, I feel like we're getting to a climax, guys. This door? Check this door out. So many friggin' rooms. Oh, the bathroom. Our sink, which needed to be replaced. One of the taps had always stuck, but I hadn't got around to fixing it. We were lucky enough to get a house with one of those wonderful old claw-footed tubs. Those are always neat. And I'm gonna take a poop. Alright, so where haven't we been yet? We now have a key. So that was broken, that was it. Did we go left? I don't think we did. We actually only went right. Oh. The books there were half mine, half Rachel's. Hey, now that I look more closely, it looked like the man in that house had some of the same books as I did. Maybe. My wife's. Rachel's suitcase was sitting on the bed. It was closed, but I had a feeling what was in it. Did I open it? Of course, she was cheating on me. Rachel's suitcase contained clothes, toiletries, and a train ticket. Is this what you were going to do with Norman? Oh, jeez. Rachel's why? Why were you going to run away with Norman? Was I really such a monster? Well, I don't know. Are you? Did you cause all this? I don't know. Alright, so we're at the top floor, so now we have a key. We should be able to go in some of these doors. Which door was locked? Was it this one? The door was stuck shut. There was an old-fashioned... Okay, so it wasn't that one. Was there another door that was locked? Or was this the... This was the TV. The bad choice TV. Alright, let's go back down to the bottom floor. Oh, god damn it. Wrong door. Okay, what is locked and what is not? The front door was locked from inside. I couldn't go out, though. I need to see if Rachel was here. Well, what friggin' key did I have, then? Is it this one? I locked the basement door. Okay, the basement. Creepiest of all places I need to be. There was old Christmas decorations in the box. The garbage bags were stuffed with old paint cans and supplies. There was a dirty old key here. Did I take it? Checked the small key. Tried to blah blah blah. There were old clothes, tools, and other things we obviously hadn't thrown out yet. I had put up this divider wall last year so we could create a separate room in the basement. I hadn't finished it yet, so the door was stuck and the drywall was poorly installed. I might have been able to break through if I found something heavy enough. I'm sure I will. Wasn't there an old... Don't I have an old claw hammer? Just beat the fuck out of it. Is this the door? No, that's not it. That's the door leading out. We need to go up a level. I think I need to go up a level. I think it's this one right here. The Grammy key I had found in the basement unlocked the door. It looked like the room had been tossed around. The furniture was a mess. Did someone break in here? There was an old crowbar on the door. On the floor. Did I need to take a crowbar? Yeah, to break through the wall. I've lifted the heavy crowbar. I appreciated its weight. Yeah, I appreciate the weight of a crowbar too, especially when I'm trying to break through. So the only place left to go now, guys, is back down into the basement and break through that wall. Oh, or I could just go down what I thought was the basement, and it's not the basement. This is the basement. Now the wall. Hopefully this is what I need. Did I break through the wall with the crowbar? Yes. With a heave, I swung the crowbar at the wall. I smashed a hole large enough to step through. As I stepped through the broken wall, my breath caught in my throat. This was it. Was Rachel down here? Was she okay? Oh god, I don't know. Don't look. Rachel, you dead? You dead? Is my wife dead? Is she gonna come rushing at me? I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. Don't look. Don't want to. Blood everywhere. What's this? A filthy looking pile of rags had been dumped in the corner. The stench of them was awful. It made my eyes water. I was terrified to even touch the pile to see what lay within, but I know I had to. I have come this far. After all the searching, after all I have seen, when I look for the bags, did I finally find my Rachel? Rachel? Oh no. My hands trembled as I pulled back the layers of cloth. There at the center, under all the dirt and mess, was my beloved, my Rachel. Her arms were bruised all over and slashed repeatedly. Her clothes were ripped and torn, and even through all that sickening blood, it was obvious she had been stabbed to death. The knife I had carried all this was suddenly seemed like a poison. What had happened, Rachel? Who did this to you? I thought about all that I had seen, and wondered if any of it could have helped me out of what had done this. And when I couldn't stay there any longer, I stepped away on my shaky legs and made my way back upstairs. Reluctantly, exhausted from my journey, I could no longer resist the urge to close my eyes. Oh. Grim discovery. Realized your worst fears. Gotcha. I like how it goes with all that music and then straight to this. Kind of breaks the ambiance. Maybe I would use some of Rachel's travel books and find some place to go. What's that? It was my wallet, with its contents intact. Either I dropped that stuff or someone else did. Maybe I was sleepwalking again, or maybe someone stole it from me. Norman's store, that forest, the water tower. Was it at those places before? Maybe. I didn't see how it could have happened any other way. I must have been the one to lose my wallet and its contents. But what does that mean? Means you have amnesia. Well, now where do I go? Oh, or back through the same door. I was just, no matter what we need some escape. Okay, well, we're gonna do that. We'll go through the front door of the house. Okay, that was the smash. That's the basement door right there, I think. Wait, is that the basement door? No, it's not. It's the bathroom. Okay, let us go downstairs. Well, there's something about travel arrangements I saw as a trophy. So maybe that's something I should do? It was a key card I found in the factory, the one that allowed me to slip through the door. It seemed to me that it was probably Norman's, but if that was true, what was he doing back at the plant? Did I think Norman was going back to the factory? Yes. Who else would it have been? Norman, what were you doing back there? Ooh. The laptop had finally run out of power. Oh dear. Now what do I do? Why don't I have a cell phone? Is this before the time of cell phones? I'm really not too sure. Now, what's this? This was the old photo of the old man and his wife, I assumed. I found in that house. I recalled those faded remains I had found deep underneath the house. What had he done there? Well, what did I think? Was that man involved in this whole mess somehow? Yes? Definitely. Those tunnels, the odd tools in his house, and the remains of his wife. He wasn't innocent, that was for sure. I don't know if I'm like... what I say, like yes and no, I don't know if that dictates like my choices or if I unlock achievements. Now, is this the front door? What is all this? It was a letter I had taken from the postman. Rachel, how were you really having an affair with Norman? But why? I didn't think things were that bad. In the letter, Rachel seemed concerned. She almost seemed worried of what Norman might do. Did he do that to Rachel? And nobody else? I would assume so. I was sure of it. She wanted to end their affair, and that bastard. He killed her for that. A lot of it made sense. Norman was clearly seeing Rachel a lot, so he had plenty of time to plan it out. He knew where we lived, obviously. Is that why Rachel looked so scared when I came home that day? What had happened to me? Did Norman knock me out or something? I don't know. I still had no idea what was on that tape I had found in the garbage. If only I had found a way to watch it. From now on, I'd have no one to get angry with me for stupid things like buying this TV. Well, that's one way to look at your wife dying. Now you don't gotta worry about it. You can do all the buying and stupid stuff you want. Without nagging and all that malarkey. Did I go through this door? Is this laptop room? No, it's a safe. My old office safe sat on the floor. I used to keep tax records and other important documents in it. I used a digital passcode lock, but I didn't have the code. Maybe I left it somewhere. I leafed through the notebook I had taken from the forest. It didn't have names, so they had been written down. Not gonna read those. Recall the names I had scratched on that old desk. Deep within the musty tunnels, was the man in that house really up to something? Maybe. Alright, so I gotta find my safe. Or their safe passcode. Seemed like I had seen all there was. Maybe I thought I was ready to go back in the basement. I don't know, my wife's down there. Spoopy. The mail's still stored there heaped on the floor. How long had Rachel been lying in the basement? There was nothing for me here anymore, no reason for staying in the house. Did I leave? Never return? Not yet. I felt like I had to think about it a bit more. Let's go down into the basement and see my wife. Maybe I want to go this way. Just want to double check some stuff before I take off. Must have locked the door. Okay. There'll be no more dinners here, no more chit-chat over breakfast. At least not for us. Man, you're being pretty grim about your wife just dying. I mean... I'm gonna have to take a look. What's that? If I was guilty, I could take this warm, safe place and do something about it to pick up the knife. Took the knife and kept it firmly in my hand. Watch, the police are gonna come and think it's me. Now that I stood there, I realized I couldn't go back in the room. I had already seen too much. Yeah, I wouldn't want to see my wife's dead body either. She's probably all rotted and gross, and I guess it's time to leave. I knew I needed to escape that nightmare, but what about the knife I still carried? I wondered, if I had left, would it really be over? So did I leave the house forever? Well, there's nothing else I could really find, so I guess so. Living in this town hadn't been easy. The plan had helped in some way to stay grounded. It kept me in line, gave me something to do, and helped me get away from my past. When the factory closed, everything changed. I guess that was when I had started sleepwalking, disappearing for hours at a time. I had MRIs and piles of doctor's reports, but nothing seemed to help, not even drinking. But I swear I tried to give it up. I knew it. The sleepwalking never really went away, though. I knew Rachel had tried. I knew she had tried to be there for me, even when everything was falling apart. This night had unearthed terrible truths, but I knew it was a final act of long-standing horror I had been living. Waking up in that house tonight was a final cruelty. I had remained unconscious in that room forever. It was obvious to me that the man I had found in that house had something to do with all this. Could he have killed Rachel? It started to seem that there were too many things I had seen to think otherwise. Now that I thought of it, those sewers were a terrible mystery. What happened there? I was lucky in my own way to even find my way out of there. But I never did find out what was on that tape that I had kept. What might it have shown me? I'd found the contents of my wallet scattered through town. Why the hell I had been out there? Had my sleepwalking gone to some new extreme? The thought that I couldn't account for my whereabouts, but knew I had been to that forest, and even to Norman's place, well, it was terrifying. I didn't know what that meant, but at least I knew it recovered my things, hopefully, I thought, and that would cover my tracks so I wouldn't be blamed for this. Deep within those woods, though, was where things became truly awful. Finding that notebook only made things worse. Rachel's name had been on that list, so what terrible plot was she a part of? There was a similar list of names on that desk back in those tunnels. Well, there's a connection. I knew Norman wasn't completely innocent in all this. He was obviously going back to the factory, rooting in those lockers. But he had brought that poor guard I found to his end? It certainly seemed so, but I almost didn't want to believe it. After the factory, I thought I might find some solace I could take in just Norman's store, but all I found there were more horrors, more questions. Now that I really consider it, that's when I should have seen it coming. Norman, you were dead, and it was damn hard to feel bad about that. It was clear you and Rachel were more than just friends, but obviously whatever had been going on had gone badly. So why did you kill her? Did she want out of whatever you two were getting into? Were you responsible for the other murders and of the horrible things that had gone on in that town? I would find no peace, much was certain, but this way I didn't have to sit and look you in the eye or sit through some kind of trial and wonder what was going through your head. When I had marched through the rain towards home, I desperately clung to the hope this would be the end, and I guess in a way it did. But how could I have known how hopeless it would all? I had started to feel as disorientated as I was sleepwalked. To think of it now. Coming through the back door and into the kitchen, I should have tipped me off something was terribly wrong. There was no sound of television, radio, even the air was still. But seeing Rachel there, lying ruined and discarded in the basement, that was a horror I could never have imagined. The other man I had found was somehow involved in all this. I knew it. But it was Norman, that treacherous son of a bitch who had done the deed. Whatever was going on, he was the one who took Rachel away from me. I hated him for it more than I could possibly express, but that offered no strength, no solace. Rachel was gone now, and I was too, forever. As I swung open the door and stepped out into the air, I caught the scent of wet grass and fog. Rachel, my beautiful wife, just the thought of her again, cold and inert, shook me from head to toe. What would I do now? Who could I turn to? It would only be a matter of time before the police got involved, before the neighbors knew. The front lawn was soft and forgiving beneath my feet, and I couldn't shake the urge that I shouldn't stand there, but rather that I should run. Alright, slipping away. I'll see you after the credits. Alrighty guys, that was home. Pretty great game. It being a horror game and all, nothing really ever jumped out. It was kind of like the feeling of being watched and not knowing what was going on. Like I said, you can go through and play this yourself actually. Do different decisions based on what you want to do. Obviously, there's tons of trophies and things that you can do. It's on the PlayStation Store for like $5. At least it was when I bought it. I'm sure it's on the Xbox One, and you can actually get it on PC as well. I'll leave a link in the description for you to buy all three. Now there's a continue here. I'm gonna check that out real quick. See what that is. Huh. Wait a minute. Okay, so maybe I think continue is like I can do final things in the house and change some things around before I go to do anything. But I think I've made my bed and made my decision on what I'm going to do. And let me know what you guys think of this game. Maybe what I should have done different, and what your thoughts on who did all this. Did Norman kill my wife? Did the old guy kill my wife? Who killed everybody? I'm not sure. But yeah, I really enjoyed this game and hope you guys did too. But yeah, this has been Home, and I'll see you guys in the next game I play. Thanks for watching, guys.